So we had a storm roll through, and it ended up taking the roof off of 2 of our barns. So it was Saturday night. We were over at the house taking care of the sheep and lambs there, getting everybody fed for the evening. Noticed a storm rolling through, so we ended up just closing everything up. The storm really wasn't that bad at our house, but about a half hour later, we ended up receiving a call. One of the neighbors saw the roof get ripped off of the bank barn. So me and Rachel headed over here. By this time, it was dark. As soon as we pulled up, I shined a light down, and I noticed that the roof was completely missing off of the bank barn. Probably 99% of the roof is gone from it. We got over here, started surveying the damage, tore up a bunch of our electric fence. The cows were over here next to the barn. We ended up just putting up a temporary wire just to keep them away. Where this debris is sitting behind me was where probably a good portion of the roof landed at. Started looking around, surveying more damage. About a third of the roof off of our other barn came off that's behind the bank barn and landed down on the feeding floor. It actually landed up against the side of the bank barn and then down on the feeding floor, so it tore up some stuff over there. There's nails everywhere, but basically that evening we ended up just getting temporary electric wire ran around all this debris that was up here that we could, just because we didn't want the cows to get into this big pile. The next day we came over here and started cleanup. Once we got over here in the daylight and started really surveying the damage, there was pieces of the roof spread throughout all of the pasture, down into the creek, and actually over into our other fields. So we talked to our insurance agent that day. They said it was okay to start removing the debris from the fields, so that way it wouldn't get in the way of us getting it planted. And it was okay to start getting everything gathered up out of the pasture. That way the cows wouldn't get into it, because all these boards had nails in them. It just ripped it up and spread it out. Some of these boards and pieces of the roof was probably a couple hundred yards away from the bank barn. Down here in the feeding floor, everything is just full of nails. All this manure is full of roofing nails and gutter nails. Ripped everything clean off the top, like I said, and just destroyed everything around it that was in the roof. Took out all our lights. A lot of our electrical outlets got ripped out. So we got all the power shut off over here. Got the power shut off to the well, so whenever we need water, we're gonna have to turn that on and off if we need water over here. None of the animals were hurt. Everything was okay. We had a bunch of sheep down here in the basement of the bank barn. They seem to be okay. Only really had one load of hay left in there. That took a lot of water damage. Have to clean a lot of debris off the top of it. Probably get it moved over to our house and unloaded just so it can start getting dried out. But going forward, like I said, we have insurance. We talked to them. They're going to have an adjuster out and get a look at this place over the next couple of weeks. We'll get an answer from them. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I think we're going to have to get some barn builders out here, get them to take a look at it, see what's possible, what they're able to do. I don't know if they're going to be able to even fix this, because this took a lot of damage. There's a lot of wood up there that was holding up this roof that's gone now, and to replace all that right now might be just too expensive. It might make more sense just to maybe put up a new barn. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Never had to deal with this before. It's really hard because right now this bank barn and this other sheep barn, that's where we were able to store 99% of our hay and straw. So going here into the summer, we're not really sure what we're going to be able to do. We're going to have to come up with a new idea. There's going to be a lot of ideas thrown around, I guess, what we got to do to get our hay and straw stored, so that way going into the winter we'll be fine. We're not going to be able to use this. There's really no way to tarp it off or anything, because there's nothing really to tarp to, and it just basically create a swimming pool in the top. This is really hard to take right now, just because this bank barn is a big part of our operation. This is where we feed out a lot of our lambs. This is where we load and unload all the cows at. I don't know, it's really rough. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do, but we'll survive. We'll get it fixed, or we'll rebuild, whatever we have to do to continue going. But right now, we're just gonna continue working on cleanup and hope for the best, and start trying to make alternate plans for our hay and straw needs going into the summer. But this is really taking a lot of time for us, getting this handled and just basically cleaned up. I really haven't had time to do anything else, so it's been a struggle just to get everything done that we needed to get done, along with taking care of this. We really didn't want to deal with this. It's no fun dealing with this right now, but it is what it is, and we just got to continue on. Well, that'll wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.